Hi everyone! As per a couple of requests, I'm going to show you all what happens in the black box between our TEI encoded documents and turning it into a comma-separated values document, something that looks like an Excel spreadsheet, a database. So I'm in Oxygen, and you can see I have this big file with all of our tags in it. That's what I start out with. In order to get all of the information that we want out of it, I had to create something called an XSLT document. XSLT is basically a way of retrieving what you want from a big pile of XML. Just to give you an indication before we do the transformation, I want to show you my folder. There's nothing in here, so I didn't have a pre-recorded document. So you'll see once we do the transformation, the document that we want should go right around here. Alright, what is in this XSLT document? Let me walk you through it. First of all, it's linked to this big TEI document that we have. Here's the link to the XSLT speaker.xsl, and here is that document. So I can actually walk you through this really easily. It's very short. It took a long time to create, but it's very short and simple. Right up here we have these declarations that say, follow the rules for TEI, and please also follow the rules for making CSV files. And then just a regular declaration like the other ones that we have. This line at the top says, when you output this text, don't have all of these declarations, just get rid of that junk. This section right here says, find, match every time you see a TEI kinesic tag, which is what we've used, make a variable named entities, and fill that variable with the contents of the who attribute. So basically an entities variable will be filled with the stuff that we want. Then we're going to take that variable, and this is just some JavaScript, I think, or at least it borrows from that kind of coding, to say every time we end the line, we get to the last position, make a line break. So that way, when we're into this CSV document, it won't all be on the same cell. And then it's saying take all of this information and put it in a file that I'm going to call interactions.csv. And that's it. That's really all that's here. So I'm going to go back to our document, and I'm going to say, okay, now that you're linked to this XSL, I'm going to run a transformation, apply the transformation. Down here it says the green transformation successful. So when I go back to my documents folder, I see that we have interactions.csv. Let me open this up. I think I have to resize it for you all. That should be the right size. Okay, so now we have a bunch of data that's actually all in the A column, separated by a pipe bar. So I'm going to highlight all of this and go to Data, Text to Columns, and it's going to delimit. We're going to make another column by using this pipe bar. So now you can see the data preview, it's separated into two columns. I'm going to finish that. Now we have two columns. So now I'm going to sort the information. Go to Data, Sort, Custom Sort. I think I accidentally already did it. I'm going to sort by column A in order A to Z, but don't worry, since I've got both columns highlighted, nothing's going to go out of order. It's just going to do alphabetically by the first column. And this makes it really easy to see if there are any mistakes. I did see that there was, right here, this was separated not by a pipe bar, separated by an underscore by accident, so I can pretty easily fix it. Then we can resort in a minute, but I saw there was also another one around at the bottom. As you can see, we have a lot of interactions. Let's see. This one, Spanish Sailor, doesn't have anything associated with it, so sorry, but I guess we'll just have to delete that because it doesn't have any interaction associated and I can't infer anything from this. I'm going to just delete this row. Okay, so now I'm going to resort this whole thing. Alright, and this is the finished document. I'm going to send it, or save it and send it back out to all of you. The last question that you might have is, since this is a project to help you understand digital methods, is this kind of coding something that you can do? And I think the answer is a pretty confident yes. I didn't know how to write XSLT before I started with your class, I basically spent 4 days just reading everything I could about it. But my previous knowledge that helped me out were an understanding of tagging structures, and you all know how to do that basically from your work with XML. And I knew a little bit of JavaScript because I'd been playing around with it for a little while. So even though I didn't understand exactly this, I knew enough to go online and to type, how do I get the last position in an XSL document? How do I do a space break? So by using Google, by using maybe a reference file that I found on how to transfer to CSV, and a little bit of prior knowledge, I was able to do this. You could also try to find some kind of a coding partner if you're doing a project like this. So just because it might seem intimidating, I think you could all do something like this. All right, thank you very much.